Hello Gemini, welcome to your weekly intuitive reading. I hope that you're doing well. We are in some very powerful and life-changing energy for many. Check out the video I did for the full moon in Capricorn, as well as the video on the 777 energies, or just even the number 7, which is we're in a number 7 year, 2023, and that is a powerful number linked to spiritual awakenings. It is known as, revered as the truth seeker, the philosopher. So we're really getting a lot more insight on ourselves, what we engage with and in life, and a lot. It's a lot of energies. I had mentioned to a friend today that what I had been experiencing and feeling, it seemed like a lot of energy, and I have to do a lot of energy clearing, especially each time I do a reading. But it feels like it's everything. It's not just one thing that I'm feeling. I'm feeling everything, past, present, future, and it's a wild ride. So let's see what comes through for you, Gemini, for this week. This is a message for Sun, Moon, or Rising in the sign of Gemini. Please take what resonates for you. Leave the rest, as these are general messages. If you would like a personal one-on-one reading, I am open for those. You can book on my website, BeTheChange333.com. That information is in the description box below the video. Okay. What are the messages for Gemini? Gemini, we have courage. What I was just about to say was I was feeling a lot. There's been a lot of surrender for you. Surrender and really letting life kind of guide you right now. Courage. It does take courage to not, feel like you're in control of everything and everyone all the time. For many. And Gemini, you can be a little stubborn at times. Like to have things your way and see things in your perspective, but then when it shifts, when it completely changes, you go with it, and people are like, but wait, huh? And you're like, yeah, I was like that, I used to be that way, but now I'm not. Plain and simple. Black and white, yin and yang, the twinsies. It's all good. What else do we have for Gemini? Ooh, we have romance. All right. Could be a little romance going on in your life, or maybe you're just finally feeling free and like life is romancing you right now. You could be feeling, very nostalgic. I like that. We'll see. We'll dive a little deeper into this. There is some courage. Courage to kind of come out of your safe space. Comfort zone. Integrity. Wow, okay. Bottom of the deck, we have thoughtfulness. Okay. Let's dive into this, shall we? Courage, romance, integrity, and thoughtfulness. Maybe you realize that you had been in your head too much, or really fixated on just one aspect of life, and something either you've surrendered to, or you're like, liberate me. I'm just going to have the courage to trust my feelings, trust and go with it, but still stay within integrity of my values. I'm not going to just go willy-nilly into anything. But thoughtfulness is, you really put a lot of thought into a situation, into a person, into a life in general. Okay, let's see where this is going. Let's talk about courage for Gemini. Okay. I'm just guided to a whole nother deck, so we'll keep going here. We have pride. I love myself and see myself in everyone. I feel like, Gemini, you're finally having the courage to really fall in love with yourself. Appreciate yourself. This coming out of your comfort zone, there could have been some low self-esteem. Maybe you were operating, you know, more on like what you think you should do or who you should be and how you should act. But now you're starting to really see yourself in everyone. See the mirror, the cosmic mirror, for what it's showing you. Interesting. Courage to dive deeper into your inner psyche, your inner world, and that does take courage. I've been doing readings for a lot of people lately, and just talking to people in general. And one of the main things that I've been getting is, I know that there's something deep within that I have to take a look at and you know, change, but it brings up a lot of fear. It brings up this fear, this anxiety. I don't want to go there, but it looks like you are going there and really finding a new love for yourself. So this card of pride is not talking about the egoic pride, like I'm not ever seeing the other side of a story and needing to be right. This is, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. So it seems as though maybe in the past, maybe you were in that trajectory of judgment, or that I know myself and I know that I'm right. And now, but there was something else brewing inside of you that's like, well, come see me, and then you will know yourself even better. Okay, my goodness. Let's talk about romance for Gemini. Because there's a difference between don't let pride get in your way. We have love with romance. You can't make it up. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. So Gemini, you may have gone through some of a darker period or a negative period, a lot of tension and, you know, seeing things in a specific light. I mean, Gemini, again, you are like the Jekyll and Hyde, the dark and the light, and maybe you were so fixated on what was not right, and you know, like we can get kind of trapped in that process about ourselves and about others and about life in general. And it seems as though you're really having the courage to go deep within and really seek, why is that? I'm not always this way. You're able to also see your happy-go-lucky, lighter self that does see the good in all. And you're starting to really, life is, the more you open up to this lighter side, life begins to show you the lighter side of you, and it really helps to uplift you. Let's talk about integrity for Gemini. And it can really show you all the different versions of ourselves and the phases of consciousness that we go through, depending on planetary alignments and all kinds of stuff that's been really taking us through quite a journey of ourselves. We may have lost integrity through some of that darker part of the journey. And that's usually the indicator, like warning sign of maybe you're seeking therapy or just doing some things that are good for you. Fear. Service at the bottom of the deck. I feel good when I can help others. So you may have been, what may have triggered the darker, negative aspect in you may have been, you are a giver, and it does feel good when you can help others, but then there are times when we get taken advantage of, and it can really trigger in some resentment, and just like it can take us down a rabbit hole there. And then we lose sight of you start to see everybody in this negative light, and yourself included. And so with thoughtfulness, you're starting to become mindful of this aspect of you and how I need to really take myself out of this negative thinking, negative self-talk. It starts with, it's like self-esteem, negative self-talk, and then it gets projected out into your life experience. So that's all you're seeing in others as well. Forgiveness was below that, but let's go back to fear and integrity. I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So again, reiterating what I just said, Gemini, is there's an aspect of you that recognizes that I am not living my best life. I am not in integrity, walking in a good way, seeing the good in all. And so it takes courage to take that deeper dive inward and find what is it that's causing me to, why am I feeling this way? Why am I seeing myself and others this way? And it's not like it's always, but when it comes on and when it takes over you, it can really take over. Because we're in extremely intense energies, and we're open conduits for energies to flow in, especially when we are vulnerable or in, and we're always, the divine is always guiding us and showing us and leading us into our soul's path. And sometimes we do have to traverse through some of our own crap, Oh, we have the universe. So reiterating what I said, some cosmic forces are working with you now. Connect with them. There is some great changes that are coming, that are taking you for a little bit of a journey to, and I'm being shown that Christmas Scrooge, Ebenezer Scrooge, and how the ghosts take them back to the ghosts of Christmas past. You may have had a little bit of that go on, but just really to help you out of that negative. This is exactly like that story, where at the end, Ebenezer loves everyone and himself too, but he had to go through that dark night of the soul and revisit himself in connection with others and really see it for the truth of it all, instead of in his grumpy, moody, negative outlook. Makes sense. Firm foundation. So I think you're feeling a lot more grounded in this new light, seeing the light and seeing the good in everything. Your heart is open, and that's why, like, life is just romancing you right now. You could be having a really good time with family, with friends, with music, and you're really like, this is this is how I'm supposed to be and feel. I see now. Where have I been? I've been in this tunnel, this negative tunnel. So you are feeling much more grounded and like back in your body again. Feeling better. Well, that's good. Solar plexus. Okay, and sacral. So it's all about self-worth, self-esteem, self-value, self-confidence. That's what, when we don't have confidence, self-esteem, we begin to fear others and life in general, ourselves, because we're not connected. We're not connected to ourselves. So it seems as though the solar plexus is, you're getting some work in your lower chakras, which is good. Root chakra, we have sacral at the bottom. Again, your libido, your life force energy with both of these. We have light below that and power. So self-confidence, self-esteem, knowing yourself, knowing your worth, loving yourself all over again, feeling able to be more free to be yourself and really connect with others. And maybe even helping others in some way, shape, or form, just being there for others. It feels good. You're like, this is me. And when you see that duality of you, you want to go back to that darkness. Finally, you have the courage. It's like, where was I before all this? What took me there? And I stayed there for a while, and it doesn't feel good. Well, it was showing you not only aspects of yourself, and I was also saying to a friend today, when we get triggered, especially right now, when we get triggered into like anger or fear, but let's just take anger, for example. What it's truly showing, what the takeaway of all that? Yes, process your emotions. Don't swallow it. Find a healthy way, a healthy outlet to release the anger. For me, it's music and movement. I actually have a playlist just for anger, and it helps me a lot. I actually would love to, if I had space, to hold a class to teach people how to in a healthy way, express and get out, release their anger. Because when the takeaway is, who do we become? What do we do with that anger? What do you do with that anger, Gemini? Do you hold on to it? How do you project it out of yourself to others, to the world? It changes your perspective. Do you carry it around with you? Did you put it in your backpack and carry it around during the day and night? This is what the universe is really trying to show us all right now. Also, patterns. What I've noticed, because I had a trigger yesterday, they don't last very long, but I got to see patterns of my father that are in me that I had used as a way to release anger. And it's not healthy, It is exactly the way, it didn't play out, but it flashed into my eyes like, oh, what I used to do with this energy. Not good. Okay. So that's the takeaway to why the universe is really working us through a lot of these emotions, and how to not deny the emotions, but to process and release them in a healthy way. Because when you do, there is light at the end of that, and a lot of clarity and a lot of freedom, and you're lighter. You're not carrying that heaviness around with you. Okay. But that's why, a lot of people are afraid to go there, because we're afraid of our own anger. Yeah. Cards are coming out after I speak. So, Nine of Wands. Feeling overwhelmed, not having the courage to go there, because we're afraid of ourselves, ultimately. What we'll do, what we'll say, how we'll project it out. And so we hold on to it, and like maybe complain and bitch and moan and whatever, but it's like it's still there. You gotta let it out. I told my friend the other day, get in your car, like, you know, go somewhere safe, a dirt road or somewhere where no one's around, just scream it out. Play some music. I have like I said, a whole playlist of music that really helps move it out. And then when you do, it's like, oh, a lot of clarity comes in, your guidance. You're opening your channel back up for the messages, for your inner guidance to turn back on again. Because you're not being guided by anything but your anger when you're holding on to it. Okay. I think you're realizing all this. The Fool in reverse. Yeah, so, okay. This is going back into, the Fool in reverse is not having a romance with life and seeing the good in all, not just jumping out in your day-to-day like, okay, life, what are we going to do? Like, how is today going to go? And look at it as like something fun. Now, in reverse, when you're not processing those emotions and going deep down, you're stuck there. I mean, again, the cards are already coming out after I spoke. Okay. Thank you. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, beautiful. King of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands in reverse. Emotional intelligence, understanding the emotions. Now here's seeing the fear that crept up, releasing the burden, letting it go, releasing it. 7 of Pentacles in reverse, no longer focused on, you know, the sad, what's been gone, what's been lost, what's been taken from you. So let's get you some advice, Gemini, and because it is the week of 777, we're going to read from the Oracle of the 7 Energies. And if you're liking this video, Gemini, please remember to click that like button, the thumbs up button. It really truly helps with the algorithms here on YouTube, which are getting even stranger, but it's okay. I'm not complaining. I'm just asking for your energetic exchange to click the like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Really, truly, I appreciate all of you who do take the time to like and subscribe and share and comment. Certainly feel free to comment. I love to read all of your comments. I'm not able to respond to all of the comments, but I do, at least there's not many options for me on my side that I'm aware of anyway. So I do click the heart button, let you know, like, thank you for your comment and I appreciate it. And yeah, so here we go. Advice for Gemini. Thank you. We have open to discovery and great and full. And what right off the bat, what I'm getting is this is really, again, just reiterating this entire message here. It's a duality of you, opening to discovery more about yourself. And when you liberate yourself from that, your cup is overflowing with love, gratitude, fulfillment. And you can really see that duality in yourself. That's how we have the options. It's always a choice to change the inner narrative. First, process the emotions, though. That's the name of the game here. So let's start with opening to discovery. We tune into information from our outer environment, then assign meaning to it within our psyches. Every day, however, the amount of data we sort through exceeds what we're capable of processing. Especially since the advent of the internet, we have been bombarded with more than we could ever hope to absorb. Therefore, it's important to be mindful of what we expose ourselves to. Consistent exposure to unhealthy messaging invites us to cynical, fear-based worldview. On the other hand, conscious exposure to information supporting our well-being shifts us towards growth and expansion. The choice, though, is not always obviously ours, which is why we must be discerning on a daily basis. The universe is always engaging us. We are a part of it, after all, through synchronicity, omens, and other signs that point towards our best path. Our intuition helps us tune in and see our environment like an oracle. However, this new information doesn't always make sense right away, so being curious and non-resistant is key to learning. Today, be open to receiving important information that may come from an unusual source. The universe wants to help you, but recognizing the way this aid will arrive depends on your willingness to shut out noise. Maybe you need to take a break from social media, gossip, or the news. Don't let yourself get distracted. Listen without attachment and see what arises in your life. Expect a message from the universe, and you shall have it. Where's the other card? Great and full. Grateful. Before you begin to understand the process of manifesting your desires, you need to practice deep gratitude and the willingness to share that with others. This is the true nature of prosperity. It's not about the things you accumulate at all. It's about how you feel. You're invited to surrender to an important truth. There is always enough for you. There is always enough time to do the things you need and desire to do. Enough opportunities to express your talents and connect to your purpose, and enough magic circulating through the invisible world into the visible. Begin your day immersed in gratitude for everything you have and everything you can't yet see, the unmanifest, which begins with every breath you take. Know that you are enough and all your needs are being fulfilled, even if you doubt this in some moments. No one's success can make you feel small, and comparing yourself to others never works. Your life is brimming with unique potential. Focus on that. When you hold this feeling of gratitude, it acts as a magical open sesame to the floodgates of abundance. Couple that with a playful sense of detachment, and you'll find that miracles have an uncanny way of showing up in your life. Your intentions burst forth into reality with little effort on your part. There is hope brimming with potentiality. It's okay that you don't always trust this. You are not alone in holding the candle high for transformation. Right now, contemplate how being in the energy of enough makes you feel. Eventually, you will have no attachment to what you do or do not manifest in the material world, what you do or do not have. Then, like magic, you have more than enough. What a fascinating universe we live in. And I feel like that is your message. Those are your messages, Gemini. So it seems as though you are following the path of least resistance at this point in time. And, being grateful for the journey and where it takes us and what it teaches us is so powerful and so helpful. We don't have to resist and fight the currents. It's not always what we expect it to be, but again, having no expectations can be a lot of fun sometimes. So that is the message that I have for you right now, Gemini. I hope that this was helpful for you, and I'm sending you out so much love. Take care. Bye.